Just getting one last bite before.
What are you eating?
Banana bread.
Oh,
Having a girlfriend that bakes.
More bread coming in. Yeah, I'm not
I have
surprised.
so much bread.
Does she use the really old, like, gross black bananas for that?
Not super old, but they're brown. It's like when they've sweetened.
Why?
Black,
I don't understand this.
It gets all sugary.
It gets more sugary.
Yeah,
it gets
yeah.
sweeter
And
the longer
gross.
it goes.
It's like
Well, you have to
moldy
look
and shit.
at
It's
it.
got black. You don't eat stuff that's not black and then it turns black. That's not good.
It's not black. Like it's like brownish. It's not. It's before it gets super.
Same thing. That freaks me out, that whole banana bread thing. When I learned that, no more banana bread.
I have a friend that eats strawberries after they get like squishy spots,
Oh.
and that creeps me out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Strawberries have a very it's a quick shelf life,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then it can be like, you know, those like scary social media videos where like little gnats and things are coming out of strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not
we all know
necessarily
that.
just strawberries, but yeah.
That's made me like every time I eat a strawberry, now I'm scared.
Oh, I've had that.
Social media is anti-fruit.
I ate a potato that had a worm in it one time. Took me a long time to get over that.
What form was this potato in?
It was one of those little miniature potatoes. And it was like decent quality and everything. And you know, a lot of times they have like little like, what do they call them? Nipples or moles or whatever. Like, you know, little like bumps on them. And you cut them off, eyes, you cut them off or whatever. And I've always been pretty strict about cutting off any of those. My girlfriend less so. Like if it's a big one, she'll get it. But like any imperfection, I cut out. And then one time I was eating it, I didn't prepare these potatoes, or else they would have been very, well qualified. And I bit into it. It kind of looked weird, and like I'd bitten a worm, and half you could see the other side of it in there.
That's gross.
It was real gross.
Ooh.
Do you eat it with skin all the time, or do you actually peel all the skin off?
No, always with skin. Especially in like mini potatoes. You just like boil those bitches and then put them in the oven for a bit.
Boil or roast it. Yeah. I get what you're saying. By the way, we should have done an intro, but hi
I
guys.
was gonna say, hey.
That's going in, guys. Just so.
Whoa.
Hi.
Welcome to the Gamer Hole. We have a couple of new guests. There's actually a big feud. Kings and I had some major issues with Z-Chum and Aqua, and well, we got rid of them. So we're looking to fill some holes, and we got Greg and Arcos today. Until next week, they'll be back. It's not permanent.
Aqua's taking a little vacation, and Z-Chump's feeling a little sick today, so we brought in a couple extra people as proxy. Of course, Greg, who some of you may know is a good friend of Aqua's, is a very regular on Aqua's basement streams. He also streams himself. So we brought him in to talk about what he's doing on Twitch, as well as we're going to get the behind-the-scenes stories about Aqua and get him embarrassed while he's not here.
He
And then
can't defend
Arcos
himself.
is a friend of the podcast who's been on before, and he'll keep us on track for when we get sidetracked too far. So anyways, thanks for coming on, guys. And also, Greg, quick question. What's the worst secret you have of Aqua's?
Oh my god.
Off the top of your head. I don't know.
Well, I think this would please any broadcaster. Stay tuned till the end.
Man, he's good at this. God damn.
You might have to replace Aqua permanently. He don't even knows what he's doing.
There's a little teaser. By the way, this is very unprofessional. Am I too loud? I'm checking. I'm red clipping here.
We'll do
You'll let
that
me know.
post.
Okay.
Don't worry about
it.
Sorry, Ben. Ben will fix that.
Sounds good to me.
Oh. But anyways, we do have a couple things to talk about today. Mostly, I want to start with photography, because that's what you do, Greg. And I purchased 2 cameras, and I know very little.
Desk there.
Yeah, I've got this one, which is like a Nikon that I got for like almost nothing because it's like used. And then
That's
I have an actual Sony that
Alpha family?
Alpha 6000, I think.
Oh, yes. It's very good. Those are, I mean, here's the thing with all like new cameras. You have to really be like a pixel peeper to really tell the difference with regards to anything. You can't go wrong, is basically the short of it. Like, the old point and shoot, point and click cameras. The iPhone is like a million times better. Samsung. And frankly, if you're gonna like throw whatever pictures you take in a post-processing program, you can just push it in any direction. So all I have to say is just use it, enjoy it. That goes for everybody.
For the people that don't know, you do actually do photography as like a living, and then also do Twitch in-game.
Yeah, I'm
photography.
a photographer by day, video game photographer by night.
I love that.
Dabble, make short films. Very inspired by the technology. When me and Aqua were in our short pants back in the day, it was like the DV tape, camcorder era. I mean, he has I don't know if he's shared. He has a lot of like skate videos.
He has some up on his YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yeah.
But like fidelity, like image quality wise, it's like it's advanced very fast, in a very short time. And I mean, just with those cameras you just showed, you could make like a very realistic, or not realistic's the wrong word, professional product. Couple it with some. You don't even have to buy the brand name programs. It's just the world is our oyster right now.
If you want to make like home porn or anything, this will be
exactly.
Fine.
That's perfect.
Special. Yeah.
Exactly. You just click a few things in post. Maybe mess with the the aspect ratio depending on the exact moment within the scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's any message, if anyone's to get anything from this, it is don't go nuts saving up for that. You need this to make whatever.
I bought these on eBay used.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I'm just buying on eBay used, and I found good deals where people were like, I bought this camera, and then I turned out, I figured out that I just like using my phone instead. I'm like, okay,
right. I love that. That's the best part of eBay is the the post, the seller backstory of why they're selling whatever.
I always try to pick the ones that aren't like the super business-like, that are like, oh, come check out our warehouse here, blah blah, because it's all big, they're making tons of money. I go for the people that are like, yeah, I bought this, and then it turns out I don't like cameras.
Yeah.
They swap it.
This is way more complicated.
They can be like very personal too, like like going through a divorce.
This reminds me of my ex-wife.
They're venting through eBay. I lost this in the divorce if I don't sell it, so please someone buy it.
I need every cent I can. I need to liquefy.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this picture, but there's pictures out there of people that they're actually at divorce, like in the courthouse, splitting up the like Beanie Babies, like back in the day when you got divorced, and everyone had like their Beanie Baby collection, and they're like, this one's yours, this one's mine. Oh god, those are the funniest.
Do they like cut the baby?
No. They have like a huge thing. And can we put in like a picture, one of the pictures I'm talking about, where they're fucking litigation over Beanie Baby splitting up?
Oh, like the collection. I thought you meant.
Yeah, now it's just Pokemon cards.
That's like any Scary Movie 3 fans out there. Charlie Sheen trying to explain how she's pinned to the tree. That moment in Signs they're parodying. This is a very
How do you remember a scene out of Scary Movie 3? Is my
it's a instant classic. Okay. And I
remember
bet
the
you,
scene
I
from
bet,
Signs,
I
but
bet
I don't
you,
remember the
I bet my
parody.
bottom dollar, every listener here knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, every single one.
I recently got a camera gifted to me for Christmas, and I've never unplugged it from my PC, using it as a webcam. So, I'm really using mine to my full potential, Greg. I thought you would be pleased, yeah.
Dude, you like literally are though.
Well, okay,
I
yeah,
actually got
but it's not being used right now. That's too complicated. I use my webcam for the podcast.
Yeah. I actually bought these so that way we could do the fun stuff outdoors for the next subathon, actually. So that way we could have like a good webcam thing. And I bought like dummy batteries and kind of that kind of.
That camcorder we had was already perfect, Kings. I don't know what you're talking about.
Know. That's a movie cam. This is going to strap up in the corner somewhere.
That's the versatility, though. Like, I'm turning into like I sound like I work at like B&H Photo or something. That's the versatility. I had to like take off my name tag.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, I don't know. If there's any message, and I try to do that with the stream. I mean, it's a lot of bullshit. Me just exploring Red Dead and taking photos. But, you know, I truly believe art, whatever you're into, just doing it makes everything better. There's a big chunk of my life where I was just like too intimidated. You grow up, you find that like, I don't know, director or artist or somebody who you're like, they're the best. I'll never be like them. But that's not the point. It's just like, you have 24 hours in a day. How are you to enjoy the day, you know?
Yeah,
so that's kind of like
people talk to me all the time about what to do in YouTube, and it's like they're like, oh, I'll wait until doing this, you know, or they're like, I want a Twitch stream, but I'm waiting to have my whatever upgraded, right? Like they want to get a new camera or whatever.
No,
and it's like, just fucking stream. Like that's the biggest problem is you pressing the go live button. Like if people want to know how to stream.
Yep.
Totally. But anyway,
how's Mexico over there? Weather-wise. Isn't it winter for you? Or is it? I mean, is it summer
68 degrees.
It just barely started getting warm here. It's now springtime.
Yeah,
and
for
I
the
need
last
to learn
2 days.
how to guard. Yeah, 2 days exactly. It's gonna go back to winter soon, right? Like, but
I think it's 34 tomorrow, right? A few hours ago it was 70.
But I want to start gardening, and I need to learn how to make pepper plants. And I know that you made pepper plants before in Mexico, so I've grown pepper plants, but not spicy like before. And now I'm going for the spicy.
I've been trying to keep mine alive throughout like the winter, just because it's like strictly seasonal, even if the temperature doesn't change. And it's like a husk, but there's still life in it. So I'm just like, come on, last a couple of more weeks, we can bring you back. Yeah, that's my habanero. I've had habaneros and I've had jalapenos. Jalapeno one met a terrible fate. You can like stress out your pepper plant to make it more spicy, which involves stressing it by starving it and so on. And so I was all like, yeah, you're gonna fucking want your goddamn water, aren't you? And then and I was like, wilt for me more, and then he just died. So this time I've been a little bit more kind with this plant. It's treated me well. But I am excited for like the spring to show up, because I'll probably get another one as well. But yeah, other than that, I mean, temperature's good. There's an earthquake. I don't think there's an earthquake. I woke up to an earthquake siren, like 4 days ago, which was the last thing I needed. But yeah, nothing. There was no shake, so I don't know if it was a false alarm or if it like deteriorated by the time I got to the city. But yeah, nothing was big going on.
Has that been a new sort of experience ever since moving there?
Yeah. No, it's a bane of my existence now. Never having experienced an earthquake in my life and then moving to such like a centralized zone's been not something I never thought about become a very great fear in my day-to-day life.
Believe it or
How
not,
many have you been through?
Well, I mean, like, through the one really bad one, which is like what put me on edge, and then anytime anything remotely even shakes, it just kind of resurfaces that.
there was once here in New York. I remember I went to see remember the movie Horrible Bosses?
Oh yeah, with
I swear
Charlie Day.
I swear this has to do with an earthquake. I went to a very just old school, like built in the early 80s theater, just concrete everything, and the not stadium seating, so it's just sort of like that. Like this is the top, this is the bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like I'm watching it, and the chairs just start to shake, and I thought it was like one of the Captain America sequels was like in the next room, so I'm like, this theater fucking sucks. I'm never returning here. And then I walk out and go to the car and turn on the radio. They're like, yeah, we had like a mini quake. I was like, holy shit. So anyway.
That's bizarre, especially for New York.
It's pretty rare for anyone around here.
Very, very bizarre. I think it was, very low on the scale, but enough for this, like, ground concrete theater with very, very loosely bolted seats to go nuts.
I think I've only had one that I can remember that I didn't realize was an earthquake, but I think late at night I woke up because there was a big loud noise, or I was already up, but like late at night there was like this weird, because I had a metal roof and it like made noise, I guess, when it moved or slightly or something. And they were like, and then the next day they were like, yeah, there was some sort of tiny earthquake or something, like in Canada, and we were just getting the residuals or something.
Damn.
It's like a weird
It's
thing.
scary.
It's just such a, I don't know, it's a weird natural disaster. That was my thing when I moved here. I was like, used to I lived in Tennessee, tornadoes and hurricanes are nearby and other shit have been through like aftermath of them. But earthquakes, and it's not like weather related. It's just the earth shakes, which is like your brain's not ready for that. And that's why it hit me really, really weird when I did move down here.
Yeah, I can only imagine. You're not only in a new country, you probably had some culture shock. And you're like, oh, that those are also this. The ground has a friggin' rumble pack in it.
Arcos, didn't it get cold there again? Because Arcos, Arcos is living, and it gets quite. He lives in a warm climate. Texas is quite nice, but
I want to say it was
not too far, right?
Right. Well, yeah. So we didn't have a big freeze this year. So
the last one was bad, but this one's just small.
Yeah, it was small. My generator is still in box in my garage that I bought because of last year. But yesterday it was in the 80s, low 80s.
Nice.
And I think this morning it was 48. And it's supposed to get colder tonight. But then 2 days from now it's going to be back in the 80s, I think, or high 70s. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That is, I grew up in, or until I was 8, I lived in Texas, and then I moved to Tennessee and spent the rest of my life there. But I saw snow fall from the sky once during my 8 years there that I remember. It didn't stick or anything, but I was like, oh, that's snow.
At least it's not Florida where you have all the lizards go up in the trees and freeze and then fall on you.
What?
Do you know about that?
No.
What the hell is this lizard phenomenon?
This is another brought to you by climate change. I don't know if anybody's been to Florida. If you're listening from Florida, instead of squirrels, you got lizards running around everywhere.
Okay.
And I guess instinctually they go, heat rises, so I guess they go up into the trees at night when there's these new cold fronts. In Miami Beach is 40, 50 degrees, and they freeze. Because they're amphibians.
Mm-hmm.
Up in New York, you'll have tree frogs freeze for the winter and then they thaw and then they start. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I think that should be the front page of the news every day, just reminding people
Did you know?
they're friggin' living beings here that can be in suspended animation. But anyway.
Wait, so they wake up from it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come back to life.
Cold-blooded animal, and I think from the frogs that I know of, from learning about this, I believe they dig a hole. They're kind of in the mud.
Yeah.
They just sit there, and then the whole thing freezes, and they'll just.
The spring peepers.
Yeah.
Any
Dude, that's
spring peeper fans
badass.
here?
I was just watching videos on it. They had a lot of footage of lizards falling from trees, but I figured they were all dead.
Oh yeah. No.
I was like, this is graphic. What are you doing? Whatever news station this is. They just had them all dropping in. I was like, no, I don't want to see this.
Well, I can't vouch for every lizard.
Yeah,
that
I'm
falls,
guessing
but...
some probably die from the fall too, but yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry, Arcos. I cut you off.
What?
I wanted to throw in that
fine.
tidbit.
That was great.
That brighter side of life that hopefully that's not happening to you in Texas when it gets cooler.
No.
Lizard.
No, I don't know wildlife wise what if there's any major implications there. I I think they're all fine. All those critters are okay, you know. It's the snow and the ice is more of a problem for the human beings for sure, because none of them know how to do. Yeah,
and the whole independent system, powered grid. Brought to you by Jerry Jones and people.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other issue. But I was just talking about the roads. Like,
yeah,
there's no infrastructure, right? Like, there's like cities don't own, salt trucks or de-icing trucks or whatever you want to call them, or plows or anything like that. So when that stuff comes down and it actually does stick, yeah, like everything just shuts down.
Yeah, it's like England. England does that, right, where they just shut down for like a week out of the year just because it's 1 week of snow and they only have so many plows, and they're just like, it's cheaper to close everything for a couple days than it is for us to have enough plows to like actually clear everything.
I mean, yeah, that's smart. It's also safer, right? Like,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Greg.
I wonder if like kids today, I don't know. I mean, Arcos and Decky probably never had snow days, but up here in the Northeast, that was like one of the great features of the school year, where you'd wake up, like you'd put on like the public access channel, and it would have like the scroll of
pray for your county to be up there. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And now I feel like with like what we're doing, like with Zoom, I don't think kids, today have school days or snow days, that's a tragedy.
Well, I know that my state they do, and they've actually talked about this because I think in the rule books, when it's not pandemic time, like because it has to be based on when the governor like has a state of emergency or whatever, and if there's no state of emergency, they have to have so many in school days like built in. So you can't just do Zoom meetings for the public school system.
Ain't nothing in the rule book says a dog can't close a school. I'm sorry.
What?
Except
for there's I saw a rule book. I saw an opening. I went for it. If this was
are you like a movie fanatic?
I am.
He is. Classics with Air Bud.
It's really bad.
Scream 3.
I got over there. I freaking go to the library. And I still got to Netflix through
you Netflix through the mail?
Yeah. Like I'm a real boomer. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because they have some titles that you can't get streaming, okay?
Oh my god.
What? No fucking way. And like this is the biggest thing I've ever heard.
I'm also that mentally ill.
Like, I mean, yeah, they don't have titles that you want, but like that's why you have to have like 6 different streaming services and then still just resort to either pirating something or just not watching it for 3 years until somebody gets it.
You are speaking from a sane mind. That's the difference.
but Greg's gonna get it mailed to him. I don't know anybody that does that. Sorry. Well, now I do.
Netflix see the male army rise up. Press 1 in the chat. No, that's not this.
What are you gonna do when they shut that down?
I'm literally the only one keeping it alive.
They're gonna sell it off eventually. Yeah. You know that, right? And
it's gonna be like you and GameFly, right? Like GameFly still has their mail.
You guys don't use GameFly either.
Greg's like, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption from GameFly. I haven't returned it yet.
I'm also using not earbuds. Like everybody watching this is like, wow, Greg, it's 2022. This was a joke that I didn't get to do. Kings texted me just a few hours ago. I didn't get ready. I want to bring gifts, so I brought everyone. Got clementines for everybody.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
Wow, thanks so much.
I couldn't go this. I mean, I could have gone out, but it was late. So I'll find a way to get these to you guys.
It's like when you go on a late night show and they bring like some sort of stupid gift.
I like to bring
prepared.
A gift. Yeah. I also brought. I thought this would be cool. I was looking through my books. I got this book, War Slang, by Paul Dixon. It's American fighting words and phrases from the Civil War to the Gulf War. It's got all old-timey stuff.
It's gonna have a lot of things that we can't say anymore.
If I may propose a cool game, perhaps, I tell you guys a random word, and you guys try to guess what it is.
Yes,
Sure.
I am in.
Yes, I'm in. I'm in for this. Go ahead, pick something.
I mean, whenever you're ready.
Now
I'm ready.
is it.
Yeah.
This sounds great.
Okay.
He's even the He brings the content.
brought the content.
We should replace Aqua with him all the time.
Why do you have a book called War Slang?
You mean you don't? It was for research a long time ago, if you had to know.
Oh, okay.
I was writing a little story. I wanted to make it...
I wasn't sure if
it,
Netflix sent you that as well. They're just like, here, with your...
Here's a good one. Goozlum. Goozlum. Goozlum.
With a Z, wow.
Yeah,
I know what it means
Goozlum.
with an S, but with a Z, I don't know. Goozlum. And this is like slang, like any slang for the wartime?
It doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't say what war or time.
It's okay, as long as it's like a wartime, like
From the Civil War to the Gulf War. I mean, the Gulf War was pretty recent. Gulf War, I mean, it's probably like radical, like Bart Simpson.
Radical.
But it doesn't say what war it's from?
Some of them do. Some of them don't.
I
we
mean,
can always
that
Google it.
definitely
Arcos
sounds
can
like some
Google it
like
after.
60s
Yeah.
slang they would say in Nam.
Well, if you must know, it's gravy or syrup. This old loggers term was adopted for army use. I think we should move on to the next one.
So like a syrup that they would give to the... Okay.
Yeah, like, have some more goozlum on your flapjacks. That's not even the right time. I don't know.
Man, what an accent, too.
What about, a gray ghost? Ooh.
It's gotta
This
be.
seems
It's
more
gotta
of
be
a World
Civil War
II
stuff.
-ish. No, this is a little later. Gray Ghost.
Gray Goose.
Great Ghost.
Great Ghost. Oh. I don't know. So I was gonna say the ghost of someone you killed comes back and haunts you, or something.
In a way,
Okay.
a flight school commander's airplane, so called because it is the last plane one rides in before being washed out, as in water crashing. This seemed like a better
This would have been a
idea
lot
of a
better
game.
if you picked 2 ones. Okay, that's it. You take it back. Aqua can come back next week.
let me move away from it. We'll do one more. Oh, this is good. Sam's Big House.
Sam's Big House.
Think like Uncle Sam.
Military jail, yeah. It's the big house, but it's Uncle Sam.
Yeah, a guardhouse,
Yeah.
the disciplinary barracks.
Okay.
The next 4 terms allude to Uncle Sam. These 4 terms are Sam's Circus, which is the U.S. Armed Forces. Sam's Cops, military policemen, duh.
Okay.
Sam's Punk, which is a naval mail orderly. I don't know, get. And Sam's Sugar is money. I like that.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna use that sometime.
I shall retire the book for the night.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got your
Learn
money's
more
worth out of
next
it,
time.
Greg.
Yeah.
It'd be very useful if you ever find yourself in like a quantum leap situation.
Yeah, or like hanging out with like Mr. Burns or something. I was watching an old Simpsons. I'm a big Simpsons fan, and Mr. Burns and Smithers are walking down the street, and there's a peanut vendor, and Mr. Burns like, what does he call? Crackleberries. So it's like such a old-timey way to refer to peanuts that is not even real. So from now on, shall refer to any nut as crackleberries. Anyway, I'll be quiet now for the duration of the podcast. I've said all I
So
want to
many
say.
fucking bizarre places. There were things I
know.
was gonna say, but I don't even remember what they were. I got so sidetracked with Netflix and fucking war slang.
Dude, this is basically... I mean, I don't want to become a filthy, disgusting Twitch promoter of myself. But if you have watched my streams, I can't stand one topic. It's bad.
It just goes everywhere.
I kind of joke.
Wherever the chat wants
I
it.
kind of joke that like it's just really like a doctor science, I don't know, medical school experiment. Like psychologists are watching my stream to study.
To
So
study
how-
how crazy.
I think that's a lot of Twitch though,
to
not
help
just
treat
you. Yeah.
people like me. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. That's very kind.
You fit right in on Twitch, let me tell you. That's perfect.
The entire website's a social experiment.
Absolutely.
There was something.
Where do we go from here is the question.
I was gonna say. Oh no, I was gonna talk more about Greg.
Oh,
Primarily for the fact that when I was a youngster in high school, and actually not middle school, strictly through high school, my best friend was named Bradley. And Bradley skateboarded. I would like film him and ride on a skateboard behind him. I couldn't ollie or do anything. But Bradley, super cool dude. Haven't talked to him in 15 something years, but I got like an update on him like 8 years ago from somebody, and then something popped up on like social media about Bradley. Bradley is also a photographer.
hey.
Wow.
So it's like yeah, Aqua and I both hanging out. Like, well, I'm not. I wish I was. Bradley's like 10 times cooler than I ever was, but so is Greg than Aqua. So I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, stop
But yeah, I was just like, this is bizarre as shit. Like, how did both Aqua and I, as like best friends from like young, when we were young, end up being cool ass photographers that like I wish I was reunited with.
It's
If
honestly
Bradley's out
probably
there, hey man.
it. Yeah, Bradley.
Miss you, dog.
We need you. Can we do
Bradley's
like?
our number one member. Just like,
Can we do like a gamer hole reunion episode?
everyone has to be reunited with one person from their high school or whatever. their
Well,
best friend.
first I want to say for that first off, Aqua, wonderful guy. I love how like immediately the chat turned our relationship into like a Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck type of thing. When like Aqua's like legitimately very cool, and yet just because I'm just sitting there with him, like
You're being so generous,
here's
Greg.
someone
You're so
here's
cool,
someone
you're
to
being
use to
generous.
just dunk on Aqua.
Like the first day you showed up on his basement or whatever, you had your hair like big wave, and you had the sunglasses or whatever. It was.
Yeah, I mean, it was all very, very manufactured. I don't got AirPods, and I used DVD.com, formerly Netflix. How cool am I? Everyone's reading like the new like murder mystery book. I'm reading War Sling, which is a great book. I mean,
reading murder mystery books, Greg?
do you see the New York Times best top 10?
Who reads the New York Times?
Who reads the New York Times anymore?
This guy who has 2 thumbs and reads the New York Times. I am what I am, but I guess that's cool. Be who you are. That's the message.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Don't be afraid to order DVDs in the year 2022.
What's the DVD you have there?
All right, so
What's
this
the
was
latest DVD you've rented?
It was really bad. No offense to anybody who made it. It's called Dangerous, and it stars Scott Eastwood, and Mel Gibson's in it. It's a new action movie with Clint Eastwood's son.
Yeah, I know
And
Scott.
which
Yeah.
He looks a lot like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, he does.
I was reading the trivia actually. IMDb Trivia. Is that not cool either? And can I read verbatim actually? I'm like burning bridges if I ever get into the film industry immediately. But this came out last year, but this is the worst trivia to add. It's like mean to add this. Here it is. Filming shut down for lack of funding. That's a trivia. Anyway. So for a little bit. But anyway, they made it. It was okay. But I don't think you can get that anywhere. Well, that's a straight to DVD.
Yeah, it's not even straight to streaming, straight to DVD.
I was curious because Mel Gibson's in it, and everybody knows the long and winding tale of Mel Gibson.
I was gonna say, I don't think like Scott Eastwood's ever really like hit his mark as far as movies go. He's always like kind of been there or just in some really shitty movies from the few that I can like.
Yeah, I mean they're all great everybody, Famke Jensen, however you say it, was in it. You know, she's Xenia Onatopp from GoldenEye. Beautiful
Oh.
actress. She's been around forever. She's great. They're all great. It's just I don't know. It was kind of poorly. It's just
And then if you're
paint by numbers movie.
if you're resorting to Mel Gibson in 2021,
Yeah. The funniest part of the movie is Mel Gibson plays Scott Eastwood's therapist.
Wow.
So that's sort of where you start off, and then the story unfolds.
well,
when that's your jumping off point.
Yeah.
but I thought you were going to be getting like, cult classics, movies from your youth or something, not
That is true.
a shitty action movie from last year.
I like it all. Here, every movie it's based average of I don't know, hour 45. The decisions the whole team who made the movie take to tell a story within that time frame, it's fascinating to me. There could be there was a really cool scene in this movie, like even in not so great ones or not so well known ones, movies not made by Tarantino or Scorsese. There's cool shit. There's these moments where wow, that was actually very interesting.
Yeah.
And then it's just back to Mel Gibson's giving you therapy.
But that's 98% of Netflix is shitty fucking movies that nobody's gonna watch on regular Netflix. And then you have the 2% that you're like, this is why I subscribe. You don't need a mail in for this, Greg.
I know. I guess I'm just very
I watched
loyal.
a movie about
And
Koreans picking up space trash a couple of months ago, and it was horrible. But I watched it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Techie,
I'm not trying to hate on your parade, Greg.
No, and I have you're 100% right. That's the thing. I have nothing to come back at you with. I'm just a creature of habit.
Greg's keeping
respect
postal
it.
workers.
You walk your own
employed.
path. Okay,
just
well, the
looked
real
up,
question is, what's the monthly rate for mailing in the DVDs?
Oh, that's true. What is this?
It's I gotta look. It's just I ignore it in the my statement. I'm just whatever.
it since 2005. You can't remember.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Could I get do you think a DVD Twitch sponsorship? DVD.com? Are they watching this? No, that's a hard no.
What were you saying, Kings?
It looks like about $10 to $14 a month, depending on what you're doing.
I have the low. I have the renting dangerous
So
by
it's probably
starring Scott
it's
Eastwood.
$8 a month if it's just. It's $8 a month if it's just DVD, one DVD, and it's $9 a month if it includes Blu-rays, and then it's $5 plus for each thing over that, I think. So if you did three, it would be
you make a
20.
good point.
That's more
you guys ever
expensive
heard
than
of,
I thought. I thought it's gonna be 5 or lower.
No, it looks like
I'm
$10
paying the
for-
premium to watch Dangerous, starring Mel Gibson.
I mean, it should be more expensive.
Actually,
It's a
Mel
physical
Gibson-
product.
Mel Gibson in a supporting role, not even starring Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
He's
supporting role. Yeah.
He's in the credits and Mel Gibson. They'll have the stars and the and. Okay, you get it.
Well, speaking of movies, who saw Batman?
Oh, not
I have
yet.
not. That's what I was gonna say. I'm thinking about renting out a theater to watch it. Haven't decided yet.
Are you
Me and
that big of a
Aqua had
Batman fan?
My girlfriend is a huge Batman fan, and I have to watch it in theaters because that's the only way to watch it right now. I guess I could
internet.
There's other ways of doing it, but I don't really want to do that. And
Oh,
then,
well, I meant the internet's gonna ruin it. I'm very, very afraid of.
I'm not
going
gonna say anything. Don't worry, Greg. It's
she
okay.
hasn't gone on social media at all. She hasn't gone on anything that could, well, she's gone on some stuff, but most of the stuff that is scary to go on, like Twitter, she doesn't go on now because she's waiting to watch it.
Yeah.
So I asked one of the theaters what it is, and it's really not that expensive for me to just rent out the whole thing. They're like, yeah, we'll just do
Really?
an extra showing for you for $100. And I was like, well, let me see. If I'm going to go to the theater by myself, pay for 2 people, that's $20-something plus whatever. I was like, I really could just rent
Dude,
it
that's
out.
actually that's dope as
Yeah.
shit.
So I'm thinking about doing that because the projectionist will just come in early type of deal, and I can watch it for $100 in a private theater.
And they'll do that with the current movie.
Yeah, they'll do that with the current. They said any current movie or old movie that we can legally
They still
do.
have it.
Weird.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would have
Mine
guessed
said that,
500 plus no matter what.
Well, it depends on what theater, but like I went to one that's a little bit more like remote, and the one that's like bigger, really nice, like the special theater, the nice ones, I think it's like $350. So it's not crazy.
That's not
like
even
10,
that insane.
If you have 10 friends that you want to go watch it and have like a good time and whatever, it's really affordable actually.
That's a great idea.
You're paying $10 anyways to get into the movie theater regularly, so if you get 10 friends together to pay $35 each or whatever, get the best seats in the house and have no one else around. Yeah. But yeah, COVID's something that I don't want to like. I don't want to leave my house after this long of staying safe and then sit in a theater.
That's what happened with me and Aqua. We desperately wanted to see Jackass Forever, and we just went to like the very far away theater at 1 p.m. on a Monday, and it was literally just us. And it came out the Friday before, and it was the greatest experience.
That's what the woman said. She said, well, you could come in on like a weird time and probably be pretty okay. There might be like, there'll at least be seats in between you and everyone else, at least a couple seats you can pick smart. But I was like, we might do that as well. Or I might just be like, fuck it, I'll, dish out 100.
It'd be cool to say, you had to rent it out.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what was like not to curb the whole Batman speak, but like me and Aqua, when we went to the theater, it was so bizarre because we hadn't been in like 2 years. I think like both of us, the like previous movie we saw in a theater was Rise of Skywalker, like 2019.
Oh, I was like to a theater for 10 years probably.
Yeah, it was like 5. walking. It was like walking into like a weird like 90s 2000s like amusement park type thing. Like the lobby is very like their lights out, like not replaced. They used to show like trailers on a big TV there. It's just off. There's just like one guy at the concessions who's like, it's like just stale popcorn. It's just awful.
I don't know how those things stay in business. Like I don't know why they still have that model for doing it in theaters. Like now with streaming, I'd rather pay $30 and sit at home than go spend $5 or $10 or $15 at a thing. Like I'd rather pay the premium of getting Disney Plus and watching it. Like, you know what I mean? Like when they did that month early thing, I'd rather pay $30 and just do that.
I've been honestly shocked that with COVID's decline and everything opening up a lot more, that I mean, like Batman, it's not on a streaming service. I would have thought that they would have kept that option even after COVID quit, but now they're pushing it back to cinema only.
It is coming to HBO pretty quickly, I think. I want to say it's like a month later or a month and a half later, where usually like, when it comes to DVD, HBO, it's usually, 3 months or something after?
It's a long time.
It's usually a long time. So I think it's pretty quick, but I do agree that I thought it was weird that a lot more were doing the whole, has to be in theater thing.
I thought that'd be like a permanent transition where it does like theaters as well as like whatever streaming service at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, there's no putting that genie back in the bottle, but they are gonna start putting stuff back in theaters to keep actors happy and all the other people that are involved with it. It's
crazy.
They're coming to a compromise is what's happening now.
And what happened with a lot of the contracts, I know this is behind the scenes stuff, but a lot of the contracts, the actors take a cut, but only of the theater money or only of certain parts of the thing. So I think that was one of the things about Black Widow. She sued Disney, wasn't it? Because it was supposed to get a theatrical release and she was supposed to get a cut of everything they made in theaters. And then it wasn't in theaters. It just went straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah. Oh. And also, I mean, I just saw, I think the Batman, or as I like to call it, the Patman. Sorry.
Spoilers.
I'm very sorry.
Robert Pattinson's in I know that now.
It made like 130 million. It wouldn't have done that watching it at home, just in the opening weekend.
It would if they if they did do the huge premium for watching it. I mean, I guess not.
Yeah,
it's easier to pirate and stuff if you do it through streaming. But I mean, even now it's easy to pirate. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that streaming it's way easier, and they should do.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm again bringing the conversation away. Decky, how was it? Without saying too much.
Good. I hadn't been I'm not a big combo guy. I'm not a big anything, but like I hadn't been following it closely. I knew it came out in March, but then like I like walked by the movie theater and I was like, why are there so many people outside? And then I was like, I saw the sign. I was like, oh. And then I was like, well, shit, let's go home and see if it's open somewhere in English. And so like we did, and we went and saw it.
Nice.
I like Robert Pattinson. He's pretty cool. And emo Robert Pattinson and Batman's pretty cool. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, this is definitely going to be a spoiler, but I'm curious, with all these like reboots of Batman and Spider-Man, whether you're into comic books or not, like the parts of the mythology are like so well known, and I got a kick out of like all the Batman reboots, the Spider-Man reboots. Like there has to be that scene where Uncle Ben gets shot and the Wayne parents get. It's like we get it. Like we don't need to see this. We don't need to see Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben get shot. Like we know this. Let's just move on.
Yeah. Luckily, I think Warner Brothers has said that they're moving away from that. It's now about they want to make the best movies. They made some statement after the Batman came out about how it's not about rehashing the old. It's now about making good movies or something.
Well,
I hope so.
Well, no major spoilers, but for this is not Batman. This is Spider-Man. But like when I don't watch. I had seen the original Spider-Mans, with Tobey Maguire or whatever. I had seen like half of one of Andrew Garfield, and then like I hadn't seen any of Holland or whatever his name. I don't know his name. But I went and saw the latest one, and I was very confused that they did leave out major parts. I'm sorry to say, he didn't get bitten by a spider in the actual movie, and I was all like, When's he getting bitten by a spider? Like he's already got powers. What's going on with this? And like that part, like you were saying, like they always rehash the same shit. And like with the new Spider-Man, I was like, what? What? He didn't get bitten by a spider this time?
That is true. And also, Aunt May's now Marissa Tomei. And like
I'm totally fine with that.
That's a big stretch from the source material.
I was watching. I was all like, that's Aunt May.
I think that's what a lot of high school kids were saying.
For not liking superhero movies, that Spider-Man was great. I liked it. Okay. And man, for not being given a fuck about most Batman stuff, like the Nolan ones are cool because of Nolan-esque bullshit. But this one was good.
Nice.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm keeping it strict on that. So yeah.
I know that my girlfriend's a very big comic book fan, so she does dislike some of the Batmans, especially what's his name, the Nolan ones, right, where he's just, I'm Batman, like where he's like really overdoes it. Christian Bale, and I love the Christian Bale ones. And I always, whenever like it comes up in topic, I always tell my girlfriend just to make her mad. I just go, yeah, Christian Bale was the best Batman. Let me tell you.
I saw part of one of like I hadn't watched those in 10 plus years or whatever either. But like his mask is terrible. It like literally circles around his mouth. It's really awkward looking. In the
Bales?
Yeah. Because like Pattinson just comes down here and it goes there and you get to see all jawline, which is goddamn. He's got a jawline. I tell you what. But yeah, like Bales is just like he's like and it's like weird. It's like a circle around his mouth. I don't know. I kind of
it like accentuates like him manipulating his mouth to make Batman voice.
I didn't remember that. I just saw like part of it like on TV or something. I was like, what is this?
At least he didn't have the nipple suit from the Joel Schumacher ones. The Val Kilmer, George Clooney. Yeah. They're like, let's include nipples on this suit. That'll help with the aerodynamics and the reality.
And this is not spoilers, just casting. I didn't realize that it was Colin
Farrell.
Yeah, it's Penguin. I didn't know until afterwards.
Like,
that blew my mind.
Makeup.
Yeah, I didn't even like think about it. I was like, all right, it's Penguin. I've heard of him. Like I know he's like a guy from the comic books or whatever, but like I didn't think anything about it. And then I saw like casting later and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's acting.
Yeah, that was cool.
I actually revisited those, speaking of the whole Val Kilmer and George Clooney Batmans that we all probably saw in the theater growing up. Man, very different.
That's nice. That's a nice way to say it.
That was back
I have a friend who actually...
Good.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
I have a friend who actually... do you remember the whole, like, Mr. Freeze... Here in America, I know Gamerhole. I do this on Twitch too. I forget it's literally a global platform.
Mostly Malta.
Mostly Malta, but yeah.
Malta.
They're 1% now, but I really wish we go to them. Like we're now doing it just for the Malta people.
Here in the States, well, McDonald's is global, but we had those do you remember those Mr. Freeze mugs? One of my friends, Matt, shout out, he still has the full set. There's it's glass mugs from McDonald's that look like they're frozen.
That rings a bell, yeah.
And they have a little Arnold Schwarzenegger face on it through glass. They're actually very delightful. That's very top tier McDonald's, paraphernalia. Anyway.
McDonald's had Shrek cups that they had to recall because it had glow in the dark neon lights in it or something that made people sick.
Oh no!
Speaking of top tier paraphernalia that McDonald's
had
did.
Half-Life, nuclear elements in it.
I don't think anybody died, but there were a couple of questionable things that they had to recall it. I don't remember the details on that, but it was Shrek, which made it all the better.
No one here collected those, right? Like the McDonald's toys or anything? Because my grandma used to try to do that.
When I was a kid, I had so many. I would go just to get the toy. I didn't even like the food. I was like,
well, yeah, that's every kid back then, yeah.
We'd be can we just get the toy? They're like, okay, weirdo.
What was which was it McDonald's or Burger King that had
I was 7 for full disclosure.
The Pokemon one when you got the Pokeball and it had the golden.
Oh, I don't remember, but I had one of those.
Yeah, you would open it up and it had a golden cartridge card inside.
No, that might have been Burger King actually.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember that being huge. This was
a good
huge.
question for a certain Gamerhole podcaster who happens to be on vacation right now. Who is a
great time
McDonald's aficionado. He's conquered the land, air, sea sandwich.
It was Burger King. It was a collectible in the Burger King.
Okay.
A 23 karat gold plated Pokemon card.
Wow.
What does that mean?
What does any of that mean?
What is 23 carats and how did they qualify that? How did they even qualify putting even a 1% piece of gold inside of
I don't know.
Nobody's fact checking McDonald's.
But it's only what the hell? Yeah. I think it's just it's Burger King and I think it's plated, so it's barely anything.
I'm surprised that they do that. Most of the regular toys are just shitty plastic that doesn't even fit together.
Yeah.
So that's the part that confuses me. But
Burger King though, royalty.
It might not actually be plated. Maybe one plated. But Burger King games were great too back in the day. We've talked about this before, but
oh yeah,
we'll
the King games, yeah.
We have to, yeah.
Were you a Burger King Kids member? Because I was.
No.
No.
Were you a Pizza Hut Kids member or whatever? Because I was part of that. You get a free personal pan pizza or something like that every year on your birthday. Wow.
Oh, man.
What marketing. And then, your whole family would have to go.
Youth.
You get one little pan pizza and your parents are buying big larges for all your family.
Do you have to bring your birth certificate? As a kid, you don't really have a driver's license?
They essentially gave you a coupon. Yeah.
They take it very seriously.
They send it in the mail, and then you just bring the coupon because you put down your
Social Security.
Yeah, your Social Security number. AARP card comes out.
I was such a fast food kid, and I just can't. My body literally will shut down if I have any of it these days. I was a big Wendy's guy.
I sometimes order it, and then I regret it. I hate fast food the way it makes me feel.
The Wendy's
Frosty.
Frosty. I miss that.
You dip your French fries in your Wendy's Frosty.
Oh my god, so good.
I never understood that. I tried. I didn't hate it. And we can't take my food taste to any reasonable thing because I'm a freak. But I tried it and I didn't ever get the dip your French fry in a Frosty. I didn't dislike it. It didn't gross me out. I was just
I think it's more of a psychological, let me eat all this food as fast as I can type thing. This deliciousness.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, though. I love fast food.
I mean, no, it's great. I just I like it. a part of
my body.
the like
I've gotten old.
the spirit I am likes it, but this like meat sack I inhabit hates it.
I have cut out a lot of fast food out of my diet because one of my resolutions, everybody's like, Techie, what are you doing for a resolution? I was like, I'm going to get that rice farmer body. Because, like, you know, in, like, movies or whatever it is, they always have, like, in animes, for instance, they always have the Japanese guys carrying a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
But he's usually, like, super old, but he's also kind of ripped. And so, like, but then you also have, like, rice farmers out in the field and a bunch of, like, Vietnam movies and stuff, too, a lot of the times. And they're all, like, super fucking skinny. There's no muscle. It's just they're skinny enough that, like, whatever's on their bones is clearly showing. And so I told everybody I was going to get the rice farmer body. I haven't eaten pizza, well, in a week. But I used to eat pizza
pretty
4
good.
times a week.
Yeah, that's on for me.
Yeah. And sody pop, get that out of here, dude. I have been cutting it out.
That used to be
And
my thing.
I don't feel any different. I'm just miserable and hungry more of the time. But I'm on it. We're getting there. So come back in like another 5 months. We'll get an update. I'll take my shirt off or something, and we'll see just how malnourished I am. But every once in a while we'll go out and like we're in a hurry to do something, so I'll get McDonald's or something, and I'm like, oh god, I love this so fucking much, and it's just like,
right?
It's
just
so
like
good.
It's just like the perfect formula they've created in whatever lab of just tasty. What is tasty?
That's tasty, yeah.
Well, speaking of labs, for a really awful transition, splish splash. I was taking a bath, and I noticed I have beautiful balls. Our friends over at Manscaped, the global leader in below-the-waist hygiene, are turning men's showers' dreams into their favorite routines. With the all-new Ultra Premium Collection, this is our all-in-one hygiene skincare hair bundle designed to upgrade the everyday man shower routine from head to toe. Your skin, hair, and balls deserve this. Save big by going to manscaped.com for 20% off free shipping with code GAMERHOLE, all one word, GAMERHOLE. So, Manscaped sponsoring the episode yet again. Want to give them a big shout out. Thank you.
Wonderful.
And to their writing team again, Split Splash. I was taking a bath and I have beautiful balls. So thank you, Manscaped.
It paints a picture.
It definitely paints a picture.
I read that prompt and I was like, wow. Yeah.
They go right after it, you know? Why not? No pulling punches for them.
But yes, check out the new premium collection. Head to toe, hair, balls, all the way to your toes. Covered.
Beautiful.
We actually have
20%
been
off.
We've been using their hair product and body wash because at the subathon, that's what they use to keep
Yeah,
them smelling
Aqua
pretty good.
mentioned that he's been using that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everybody out there again, to put this rumor to rest, Aqua doesn't smell bad.
He doesn't. And I even thought about this before the episode when I learned we having Greg on. I was like, we got to ask Greg about Aqua smell. Did he smell when he was younger?
No, he's like lit Aqua. I mean, all right, this may be new news for everybody. Aqua may not be his birth name, but he literally, it's the perfect name for him because he like, you ever smell water? There's no smell. He'd be like a great ninja or like hunter. You won't smell him coming.
No detection.
Yeah.
He's just
Maybe
there.
that's what he's doing. Maybe he's vacation, quote unquote.
He's out
Living
hunting.
his other life.
I don't know if you guys know this. Speaking of water, another content creator on Twitch has decided to start selling bath water again.
Oh.
Interesting idea. Definitely not stealing this from anyone else who they laughed at before. Amaranth has decided to sell, I think it's farts or essence, Tootie, I believe is what she's calling it, as well as bathwater. And I think it's $1,000.
This was the girl from like 90 Day Fiance or one of those shows. I remember seeing a headline.
Nope.
No,
That
no,
girl, the
somebody
90 Day
else.
Fiance girl, were selling farts
was
into a thing,
boofing
and
it.
she had to go hospital because she was, I think, injecting air up her butt in order to fart more or something.
Yeah, she's boofing it, yeah.
She was boofing it in order to get
Wow.
more farts to sell. Yeah.
She
Well,
was
let
on
me-
90 Day
let me-
Fiance? I knew about that girl. I didn't know she had a history in reality television.
I didn't know.
I believe that is the girl from she was from something, Teen Mom or something. She was from a reality show.
Oh.
Let me say this though. That's news to me. Her process. At least she's honest.
That's
If
what
I were her, I would
thought.
just send out jars
Wow.
on eBay, send them back out.
She wanted to make sure she didn't get sued, so she was
What-
actually legally
What
making sure. Yeah.
just when you want to kind of pile it on someone.
Good on her for not lying. Yeah.
Kings, give me the details. I saw something, or somebody said something in maybe chat or something about, Amaranth was doing farts and/or bathwater.
Yeah. So what really surprised me was I think for a week or two she was messaging stuff like, I'm really starting this new business and I really am excited about it. We have to like cross all, do all the work for it to set it up, so I can't announce it yet. And then like I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks later, she then announced her Patootie or something like that website where she's selling bath water as well as farts, I think. And I think she's
So
going to
which
get
one
other
are-
creators to like collab with her maybe at some point.
Which
I
one
don't
are
know
you
if
going to
this
buy
is true.
first is the question. Decky,
Right.
you go first.
I think it's
Decky, go.
$400
Bathwater.
for fart and $1,000 for bathwater. But what I didn't like was the fact that it took 3 weeks for her to set up a Shopify account and sell some water. I'm sure that there's like a lot legal. I don't know if she did a legal team or what, or if it was
She's a
just a troll
smart
to say that
girl.
long.
She's got. She is probably covering her ass, covering her ass
probably
in
had to
every fucking way possible. So like, I get that, but like,
the website you could probably boot up in what 30 minutes, like have the full thing fleshed out.
that is.
So like it was just funny.
I mean, yeah. For Greg, if you don't know, Amaranth is the I don't know about
female
Star
streamer right
Child.
now?
She's the one that pushes the boundaries of Twitch in every way, pretty much in most
I was not
cases.
familiar.
Very
Very
big
new to
on
the
the whole
platform.
ear licking ASMR, really push the hot tub streams, really
Wow.
pushes, a lot of those boundaries. She's usually on the front lines of that. So her to kind of go and do something that's, I guess, been already done somewhat is
Yeah,
a little
it
bit
has.
shocking. But
That's what
I mean,
I thought it'd be new. Like she's just like Bella Delphine or whatever did this already and got, like people like said, "Oh, you're so stupid. This is so dumb. Why are you doing this?" And I
that's
think
like
people,
2
she even
years
got-
ago.
She even got some legal problems because people were drinking the bath water and like that became like a thing.
That's why
that
it
people
took
were
3
like,
weeks.
Right. So like, is that what it was? Was she wanted to do the same thing, but she wanted to make sure she had a lawyer team to cover her ass in case someone gets sick? Like,
But she doesn't
just-
even do the hot tub streams anymore, does she?
don't
She
know.
just strictly ear licks ears. I thought. I'm not
I
up
don't
to
know what
date.
she does. I'm not
I
up to
thought
date either.
I thought she gave up since they made the hot tub category. There wasn't enough views there, so she didn't do it anymore, and she's just back to ASMR. So like,
I've
Good on
just-
her.
it would be
Oh,
good if she
yeah.
was still doing it, so she could fill them up
That's a
on
great
camera.
idea.
Be like, "Oh, this is for Joey 420. Hope you
sign
like this
it? Yeah.
bath water." And then
Autograph it right there for
that'd be
him.
huge. Maybe she's back to doing it just for that reason. I don't know. Sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
Jeez.
No. I was thinking, I have no marketing background, so please don't judge. But Aqua, if you're listening, your name is Aqua. Sounds like a natural progression of merchandising for Aqua PS, the bathwater.
I'm looking at this, and it's quite expensive to go on our different trips we have to do, and like our meetups and our subathons. So we might have to start doing that. Just a hot tub in the back, and
Like
Sell some water.
to join the cult, you need to be baptized in Aqua FPS water.
dump the water over the head. Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
I'm just thinking out loud, okay?
Like the baby baptism where they just sprinkle it on.
You can buy little vials of Aqua PS water.
Yeah. That would be good. What is the going rate? Because hers is 1,000. I don't think we could get that. We need to.
What
figure
did
this
Bell
out.
do it for? I have no
Several
idea.
hundred. I don't know.
Wow.
Does anyone know?
I mean, you could go for the Walmart brand approach of like, it's bathwater. This is not hard. So you could say like, fuck this luxury shit. And you could sell for $10, Kings.
You can't. I think shipping would be too much for that.
That's true.
That alone's going to be the issue, right?
That would call it. And waterways.
I'm gonna let you know. We sold signed posters, and we gave them away for almost like it was more of a give back to people. We decided to give back $50, 50 of them to people, and I think they didn't cost that much. I don't know what it was, but I mean, it was a poster, and I put in like 4 stickers per one, and we signed, a small poster as well. And we just put those to 50 different people during the subathon, and we didn't really make any money off that because the shipping alone for a lot of those, which we didn't really make people pay too much for shipping either. Like I sent one, I think it was $35 to send like 3 posters and a few stickers in a flat thing.
That's ridiculous.
Shipping rates are ridiculous. What the
That's
hell?
why Amazon's taking. That's why Amazon rules the world.
What the hell? Like, they were like, yeah, and it wasn't even that far. It's just across the border to Canada somewhere, and it was like $35 just because you have to cross the border. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. I could have almost like flew there, for a couple $100 extra.
Just a
Delivered
couple
in
$100
person.
extra.
But I mean, it's like $35 to ship one thing, and then we did 50 of those, so it adds up.
Damn. Yeah. Well, that's a collector's item, though.
They did get to
Good
collector's
for
item.
you. Yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, we'll have to do the vial thing. We'll figure it out. It's all the logistics behind it. Maybe we'll try it at TwitchCon as well. Greg, you going to TwitchCon? We know you're new.
When
you go.
when is it? Where is
Like
it?
October?
October 7th, I think. 7th through 9th, something like that. 6th through
Something
9th?
in October. San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'll start walking. That would make for a good stream. Walking to San Diego from New
Dude,
York.
that would be fucking sick,
Yeah.
honestly.
Do you think I could make? How many months do I get between now? That's like 7 months or so.
There's a book about the guy that walked across the U.S. He wrote a book. Actually, I don't
Hey,
know.
if people want to watch the stream,
I don't remember how
I'll
many
think
months,
about
but
it.
no, it'd definitely be doable. I think that was under 6 months that he did it.
Really? I would think it'd be so much longer.
like no joke, just straight walking. I
Like-
mean, you stop to lodge somewhere.
Yeah, you walk and then you spend the night and then you get up and you walk again.
That
Yeah.
totally. 6 months sounds easy and like definitely doable.
I don't know, man. Think of just crossing Texas, or like just the middle America. Those are long states. Tennessee is long. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
probably wouldn't walk through it. I'd have
The
to find a
trip
good
could
route.
take 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
Uh huh.
And
So you probably should plan on 6 months or more because you're gonna have to walk through hiking trails, blah blah blah.
Oh my
At
God.
night. It's illegal to walk on the interstates, but if you walk straight on the interstates every single day, 4 to 5 months.
Shoes, yeah.
If it was a
okay.
straight line.
A camelback.
So I have to. I got to invest in like good shoes. And have
Dude,
some plantar
honestly,
fasciitis at the end.
that's an idea people on Twitch would get the fuck behind, though. People would
I'm
eat
like
that shit
I'm
up.
thinking it. I'm getting very, very restless in my day job.
There's no way
Maybe
you
I'll
can
just walk
stream
to
the
San
whole
Diego.
thing though. You can't stream
That
the
is-
whole thing, but you could stream a couple bits of it and see. If
Well,
people
you'd need some sort of like
Yeah.
get involved.
solar panel strapped to your back.
When 6G occurs and
'Cause
there's
battery
Wi-Fi
life.
everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then
Yeah, 6G rolls out.
I would need. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would need Arcos. Shout out to the great Arcos for making my streaming a thing.
What
Big good troubleshooter.
What if we had like someone bike next to you with like a giant battery and
Yeah.
water and everything like that, and like multiple camera angles, so it'd be easier. So you wouldn't have to just like be holding a selfie stick
I
or
have to say,
whatever.
I'm literally intrigued.
You would definitely need somebody else to be the cameraman, so that way when you're like hunched over, hands on knees, like wheezing and dying, like you can have the camera in your face, really getting all the agonizing pain that you're in.
It's literally the plot of Forrest Gump, but like
Yeah.
that,
Like
that
the
20
running
minutes.
part,
Like straight, man.
But just walking. I just felt like walking. Just the way lazier.
you get to TwitchCon a day late.
Yeah, I miss it. Oh, no.
I mean, for like 3 days, you would so easily miss 3 days.
Yeah.
Bad weather or whatever, like you'd have to like aim to arrive at like a month beforehand to not
No.
have like any like bullshit.
What if you get there and they just like
You just see him
or they moved it up for some fucking reason?
Or, like,
we had it 3
COVID
days
outbreak
early.
again.
bust
They
in the
shut it
door and there's just
down.
like people like
Forgot
folding
my
chairs
ticket.
up and stuff. There's rappers on the ground. I'm here, guys. Oh.
Yeah. God, that'd be great.
Who
Well, we need to
knows?
start that. Yeah, that's about. We didn't even get to Aqua's topic though. We need to know like
Oh,
some,
yes.
some special things. Do you have any
Oh, my
childhood
God.
memories that would at least semi-embarrass Aqua?
This-
He probably
we-
hasn't said.
Like, I kind of mentioned this on, I think, the last stream we were on together. This may sound lame, but like, there's not much. Because I think we're both kind of equally the same. Like, we definitely do very uncool, embarrassing things, but to us, we like don't know the
It's
difference.
not as bad. Yeah. Well, Aqua did say the video went up today. Actually,
He does that.
And I reviewed
He
it.
regularly admits that he shits his
And,
pants.
made sure to watch it. Aqua just openly admitted that he shits his pants every 4 years. So I mean,
Oh yeah, that was news to me.
fine.
That you know of.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said that on the
yeah.
show before. Yeah.
I've luckily haven't been in proximity
You think he would tell
to
you?
him when that happens.
Well,
Uh,
well, that you
Yeah.
know of. He could have just.
Well, I think you
I'm
would
gonna
know.
Go to the bathroom real quick and then.
There are certain like senses one has.
Last
One
time-
specific sense.
Last time he talked about it, he was like, "Shit your pants," but then he's all like,
Talking about just sharding.
"If
or
anything
little
else comes out." Yeah, and it very much underplayed it because I was expecting just straight shit his fucking pants, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?" So yeah,
You
I mean,
suffered from, like-
he could definitely hide it. I mean, we all know that Aqua loves to smoke, so I mean, maybe he shits his pants a little bit, lights up a cigarette. So like,
I really am trying to think because I know there's so many people out there wanting
Well,
dirt.
I'll tell
And
you.
I don't mean that dirt. I'm talking like TMZ gossip.
I'm gonna throw my brother under the bus here, because he has a story about him. He was one time he was sick. He ate a fish. He was out at a little river with his friend, and his friend my brother catches a little tiny minnow or something. They're grabbing minnows, whatever it is, and he has it in his hand, and his friend says,
Oh, God.
"Hey, how much would it cost for you to eat that right now?" And my brother,
Oh,
being
no.
dumb, ate it without giving a money amount. So he just ate a fish for no reason. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it for free." So anyways, the next day, he is extremely sick. And so he has lots of diarrhea. He's very, very sick. And my brother and me, my other brother and me, were picking on him for, being so dumb or whatever, and how he... And then my brother's like, "Yeah, the problem is gas, because I hate going to the bathroom all the time, but I've worked out a system. You see, when I lie on my stomach and put my butt up in the air, I can fart, and gravity will hold it down." And we're like, "That's not
Oh.
how it works, okay? You're wrong. Like, you're not gonna. That's not gonna
hold his
work
fart
the whole
down.
time. No, hold the poop out. Like it doesn't. He won't have diarrhea come out. He's just gonna fart." So, anyways.
I don't remember
couple-
that page in Everybody Poops growing up.
Yeah. Anyways, after a little bit, my brother goes, "See, watch this," and then he puts
Oh,
his butt
no.
up in the air a little bit and farts, and then you just see the eye surprise, and then he gets up and goes to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
To make it worse, my oldest brother at my brother's wedding, he had to do a speech, and he started telling this exact story, in the middle of the best man speech. And I just look at him and give him a little glare, and he stops and goes, "If you want to hear a funny story, come up to the head table." And then he finishes the rest of his speech without doing that. But as you can imagine, quite a few people came up and he told them independently. But I'm very glad that he was smart enough not to say that whole thing in
Yeah,
front
very
of
very
everyone.
respectful.
Yeah,
That was like a
But
great
he
audible.
He was going to until I looked at him and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is his wedding. But hey, so that's the story of my brother being dumb with. He probably poops his pants every year. He's kind of like Aqua, just trusts it.
Here's one actual. Oh, I'm sorry, Arcos. one embarrassing Aqua thing, or actually maybe just like surprising. He legitimately thought that I was a werewolf. So we met in the 6th grade. So when you're in the 6th grade, at least in America, what's that? You're 11, 12, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
So at that age, when I guess on average, you've learned a lot in those first 11, 12 years with regards to separating reality and fantasy. Like,
usually,
you don't
most
know
people.
Santa's real, or the Tooth Fairy, or the
they're both real,
universal
but okay.
monsters. Like Frankenstein is not real, the Wolfman's not real.
Well,
But
Frankenstein's
Aqua
real.
thought. I'm sorry.
Frankenstein was the doctor. Frankenstein's the
Oh
monster
yes.
was-
Oh, yes. I was getting that wrong. So like, this may not come as a surprise to anybody, but in like the 6th grade, I was like the first kid to have like, I'm starting to like grow a friggin' beard. I got that like starter fluff mustache that every kid goes
You got
through.
the point where people are like, you might want to learn how to, like the parents are starting to teach you.
Because
like,
it's just that
maybe.
embarrassing first mustache, and you're too afraid to use any razor of any kind.
I still get that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I was the sick kid growing up, just bad stomach every day, can't go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So like, Aqua thought, Greg has this beard. There was a full moon last night.
He wasn't there at school.
He's not in school today. He comes back with an even thicker beard. He must be a werewolf. And he admitted this to me, like, later in life. I think he may have been a little inebriated. He's like, I act, like, not for long. He's, like, being, like, very self-conscious.
My God.
But he's like, I actually thought you were, like, a werewolf. Like,
This
nope,
is big.
sorry.
We
Sorry
can
to
use this against
disappoint.
Aqua. This is big. Yeah, this
I
is
think he said
this is
this
a next
before,
level.
though, but I don't know if he said it publicly, but I think he said this before because I remember he said something about Greg being a werewolf in the past.
But that's the worst
That
I can do. And
explains a
frankly, I
lot.
find that endearing. Aqua, you're a very cute lad to think such a thing. 12 years old.
Fucking werewolf? What?
Do you think that made your friendship stronger for the time? Like he was like, I don't want to fucking get eaten by this guy. So I'm gonna be a better friend."
Maybe our entire friendship is built off of a fear of me
Yeah.
killing him and eating him as werewolves do. Or maybe turning him into a werewolf.
Yeah. You know when
I
people
forget
are
the
like, "Oh,
exact
that person's
lore.
scary. Don't hang out with them," or whatever. I'm like, you better be nice to that person. You
It
never
is strange.
know.
Yeah, it is strange to think now that Aqua has in his possession many silver bullets. But,
Yeah, that is weird. That he just has that are sitting around. He like has like a whole.
Especially
Have you ever
every
seen the
time you
Vampire
come
Kids?
over to the basement. Yeah. He's got a gun and silver bullets right off camera.
Every time Greg makes a weird movement, he's like, ah!
I scratch my face to get that little sound. I'm like, Aqua, it's like I'm part Greek, okay? We're not werewolves.
On the other side, Aqua has become very hairy himself.
Yeah, he's like hairier than I am.
Yeah.
Hence the
I mean, so did
Manscaped
something happen when you guys were
endorsement.
younger? Was there any...
Oh yeah, maybe I did bite him.
Scratch him or something?
There was that one time when he was sleeping, I turned him into a werewolf. He thinks it's just like heartburn this whole time. His transformations. Nope. You're a lichen.
Same with his heartburn that he always has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, that's just the transformation period.
It's because he's not eating human meat.
Although it's very, very strange that every time he eats a Big Mac, he's okay. McDonald's, you want to explain something?
Wow.
Very,
Covering the real mystery.
See, now this
Yeah.
is what we wanted from this. There's a reason we brought Greg on without Aqua.
Exactly. And frankly, I don't know. We shall not dispel where Aqua went on vacation, but I believe in that area there may be a full moon. Let's keep this going.
I don't know where
This
he
is
went
the-
either, so I'm definitely buying into this. It sounds amazing, yeah.
He went to Werewolf Island.
He gets sent off to like an island for once a month.
The island of
For the
Dr.
werewolf.
Moreau to be to get his injection to stay okay.
Yeah.
The whole Aqua cult thing. That was February, early March. Now we're on the Aqua werewolf.
Start this in his Twitch chat, please.
Oh,
I had this whole bit, okay, and it's already too late now, but I feel like I've aged a lot, so I went and bought this cardigan, right? And then slowly I was gonna pull out more old things, like I have hard candies that I pulled out, and I was gonna have, and then I even have like a pipe that I bought just for this joke that I was gonna sit here for, but
I say keep it going. Don't give up.
But anyways, the whole point was I do like cardigans now.
I've been admiring the cardigan, I have to say.
You were like, I'm getting older, so let me rep some older like.
No, I think what was it? There was something on, and someone had a cardigan, and I was like, I kind of like that. Like it's cold in my basement. It gets cold sometimes. And I was like, hoodies, they take forever to take on and off, and the zipper always gets screwed up and stuff whenever I do zip hoodies. So I was like,
plus you don't got that cool. You don't have that cool collar too.
Yeah.
Or not really a collar. You know what I mean.
So I've got like 3 cardigans now.
Lapel?
I got one that's a
it?
zip up one, and then I've got a lot that are just buttons, and they're nice and easy.
Very cool. Are you a
I'm really
Poshmark guy? Poshmark.com sponsorship?
No, I wish. If there is any sponsorship for cardigans, I'll take it. You know. But yeah, and then I went and I got the hard candies and stuff that I was gonna make as a joke with it. But anyways,
A
we
tasty
can wrap
joke.
up here. Arcos,
No,
do you
I
have
don't
any
think
cool
so.
conversations you want before we leave? Any parting notes?
I'm Z-Chum's
Do you have any
Any
do you have
fake
any
stories?
things
Oh,
to say
geez, I
about
don't know.
Z-Chum since Greg is Aqua's
No, I'll
proxy and you
make
are
one up.
Z-Chum's proxy? Do you have any fake stories? Yeah. Yeah.
Make one up, please. If
Yeah,
not,
please.
you can use either the Invisible Man,
No, I don't think I'm that
Frankenstein's
creative.
monster, the Mummy. Let's use all the
Sorry to
original
disappoint.
Universal monsters.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to pick. Z-Chum has to be one of them. Do you think he's a mummy, vampire, Frankenstein's monster, android?
Yeah,
also
no. See, I don't
android,
think he would be any
or
of those. He wouldn't be the creature or the monster.
Cat person.
You know,
Cat
he would
person,
be
I like that, yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein, or he would be which was it? Mr. Hyde was the good guy, right? And Dr. Jekyll was the bad guy. So he'd be Mr.
Oh.
Hyde, or is it the other way around? It's the other way around.
Oh,
But you get the point. Yeah, he would be the one that's making
Yeah.
the thing
Or
that's
no,
terrorizing people.
no, Dr. Jekyll.
Other way around.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we figured it out. He's the mad
But
scientist
I mean,
behind
it would
all.
make sense. The creator puts himself into the product, but maybe he just leaves out a vital product, and that's why Z-Chum always feels bad.
Oh. This
Or
is
I
very
guess back to
interesting.
Arcos' side, the creator's trying to make the perfect being because he himself is
balls.
missing something specific, such as he has excruciating ball pain.
Just get rid
And
of
so
the
he's
problem
like, I want to
altogether.
create this beautiful creature that has no ball pain. Yeah. No.
He creates a woman.
That'll solve the problem. Yeah.
I think that's more with it. Yeah, Arcos is correct. Yes, Z-Chum is the creator, and he's trying to create a creature with no ball pain.
Very cool. That's this tracks.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining us this time. We're gonna go record a members only special where hopefully we dig a little bit more into Aqua's
Goodbye.
very strange past, and we'll see you guys next time. We got anything else to say? Bye, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Hey, thank you for watching The Gamer Hole today. I hope you enjoyed your time in the hole with us. I know we did. If you want to support the channel even further than just watching it, which we appreciate so much, you know, because let's face it, we're not exactly, you know, we're not great conversationalists, but we try. But if you want to see some exclusive content, every week we do a special episode as well as the occasional live stream, you know, just some extra stuff. You can join the members program here on YouTube. There's a little join button down below the video there. Check it out if you want to, get some extra stuff or even just support what we're doing here. Either way, we'll see you again next week, every Thursday, forever. Okay, thanks again.